What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the tutorial action. Oh my god. So, this is a low-level build order guide. So what I mean by that is this is a build order which a beginning player would be able to execute, or or anybody who is not very good at RTS games can execute. So that's what this series is about. We're going to be going through low-level build orders to intermediate build orders to like a high-level build order, which really needs a lot of concentration, a lot of like skill up there in order to just get the macro side down. So this has got nothing to do with army movements or anything too complicated. It's just, this is the strategy, this is the build order, this is how you do it. So we're going to be starting off with Loki. So this is the Loki Hall of Thane's Hersir strategy. Now the reason why this build is, I consider to be a beginner build, is because you only have to build one unit, and that unit doesn't really come into conflict with your macro. So you are basically building dwarves and building Hersir. So that's kind of where we're going to be going for it. So you just have to get the initial setup in there, and then from there on, it's pretty good. So let's jump into this. I'm going to talk about a little bit about hotkeys as well while we go through this as well, but it's not that important at this level. Okay, so let's start this game. Unpause. Actually, before you unpause, first thing you want to do when you start the game is going to be queue up villagers. So very important to queue up your villagers. So we're just going to go shift villagers, right? So shift V for default, or if you want to use my hotkeys, I use the QWERTY system, so shift Q. All right, we're going to put our villagers over onto the deer here and get hunting dogs. Vitally important to get hunting dogs. We're going to give a control group to our Ulfsark and do a loop around our base, right? This is low level. I would normally follow my scout around here. I would normally follow my scout. I would normally be pick scouting. This is low level. You don't have to do it. Next step, we cancel villages here. We're only going to have 4 villagers go to food. Then we need to build an ox cart. 4 villagers to food, build an ox cart. That 5th villager is going to go to gold mine, and we're going to get the ox cart to go to the gold mine, and we're going to get our last villager on to the gold mine. Our Ulfsark is happily scouting around that initial circle around. We're going to have a nice circle around our base like that, so we can spot things like hippo. We can spot things like crown crane. We've got gold mine here. All right. Now, we're going to build another, or we grab pigs when they come, because pigs are really important with this this build. We grab our next villager. Our next villager is going to wood, which means we need another ox cart. We build the ox cart. Then after that ox cart, we're going to get a dwarf. Very important to get the dwarf then. Now, we've done our loop around, time to build our house. Once we've done the loop, we go build our house. We want to build our house in our base, generally speaking, that way we don't lose it. Yeah. One big thing that is important, we're going to build another villager after the dwarf. One big thing about Norse that other civilizations don't have to worry about too much, but it's actually a bit of an advantage, is look at this ox cart. This ox cart's really important. So I just want to pause for half a second here and talking about ox carts and talking about macro. If there's one thing you want to get used to, is think about macro as in a thing you do every X amount of time. So for me, if I'm not playing with auto queue, what my macro is every 15 seconds or every 10 seconds, I hit my town center group, I hit a villager, I train it, and then I do this. Control G, G, G. That way I'm always checking my ox carts after I train villagers and making sure that they're right next to the resource they're supposed to be. And then after I've done that, I hit 5. So what it looks like is I go 3, G, 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 5, and I'm back to my army. My army's always going to be control 5. Okay, so my Ulfsark here, I'm not going to worry about at this level trying to get a spy in, trying to get any more scouting done. Okay, we're going to leave our Ulfsark here. Don't want to accidentally lose him, because losing our Ulfsark is really, really bad. So let's just forget that that's a thing there. Unpause. Okay, next villager we need to build is a dwarf. Okay, we should get the gold in here by the time. Oh, we could actually have to dump this. Okay, so dump the gold villages, and make sure you can build the dwarf here. That's probably a intermediate level ability there, but just play along for me at the moment. Okay, so now we're gonna have these dwarves here, and we're gonna start putting a villager over onto food. The next one we're going to build is a dwarf. We want to have an aim to get 4 dwarves. The next aim is looking at this timer. We need to get a temple started before 3 minutes. That is vitally important, okay? Otherwise we don't get the advance time. So, next villager is going to be going to food. And we're not actually going to build 2 villagers to food, actually, so that we can build our temple that's about to happen here. Now, always build your temple in range of your town center. I see a lot of people building their temple out this way. It's really bad. You need to be able to protect your town center. So, villagers here can go over to a wood spot. And the last villager we're going to be building here is going to be the dwarf. It's going to be coming out. Here we go. Dwarf comes out. And we should be able to advance here if we didn't stuff up too badly. Temple coming up. And it's going to be a touch late, but that's totally cool. We advance, and we're good to go with a 3:30 advance time. Notice, I swapped my gatherers from gold over to wood. So, now I've got 7 villagers on food. I've got 4 villagers on gold. I've got 4 villagers on wood. I build an extra house here, and I'm building her, sir. Now, we can, at this point, we can start using auto queue. So auto queue onto our temple. We're going to build 2 houses straight away. That way we don't get population blocked. This house is going to be going forward. We're looking to attack here. I'm going to pretend like I'm attacking. This is a hard AI, so he's not going to be anything. I'm just going to pick up that relic. But, because we like relics here. Okay, remember to keep clicking Control G, checking our guys. We've got a nice hunt pack here, so we're going to be moving towards that. Elves start coming over to this side. Dwarves, auto queue to gold, okay? Now we can give our Hersa their own control group. We're going to move our villagers over here and build a barracks. Or a longhouse, I should say. We only need 1. We only need 1. So now we're building out Hersa, we're moving forward, we're yada yada yada, we're looking for stuff. And we're looking to attack anything outside of their base at this point. Dwarves keep pumping out. When this longhouse is up, build another house. These guys need to be fighting something at some point. So if you have not found any villagers, may as well attack animals or something like that. We're looking for 10 favor here. Once we get 10 favor, we're golden. That longhouse comes up, we start spamming out more Hersa. Okay? Now you're going to pretend like we're attacking him, okay? Pretend like these Hersa are doing something. I don't really want to be spending too much time on that. Okay, so now keep checking our guys, keep building dwarves. We're looking for the specific amount of dwarves on gold. Do not, this is the most important part about this build order, right? Is going to be also grabbing Hall of Fame here once you get 300 wood. The most important part of this build order is going to be 10 dwarves on gold. If we get 10 dwarves on gold, that's when we are golden, right? 10 dwarves on gold. Once we do that, we're going to start building dwarves and putting them onto these pigs here. Now, after we've gotten our Hall of Fames, we keep building these houses, you see. One of the most important things about Loki is that you need to have population excess, because the way that the Hersa spawn their Hersa, right, or their myth units, is going to be, they need to have population space, otherwise nothing happens, and that unit just waits for the population space and then gets built. So now we have 10 villagers or 10 dwarves onto gold. We start putting villages or onto pigs. Super important, right? This way we're going to start getting excess gold because we've got 10 dwarves here. That's more than enough gold. And we're also going to get excess food because now we're putting food here. We're making our way to the heroic age here. Now, we're never going to stop this production of Hersa. We're just going to be building from 2 locations here. Keep building houses, and never getting supply blocks. Right? We're going to move these villages forward, going to grab some more hunt. And this is when things get dangerous, but totally cool. Let's dump this relic. Keep building these dwarves over here, keep building these houses, getting armory up, and houses should be fine. Notice we haven't got any upgrades. Economic upgrades as Loki, it's not important. Loki is after one thing and one thing only, and that's tech. Tech in terms of Heroic Age, Mythic Age, and Herso. If you can make those without any issues, you're going to be in an amazing place. You can see how this build order just plays itself right now. I'm doing nothing economically at this point. At this point, if you set this up correctly, the only thing you have to worry about are these villagers here, making sure they gather, and these villagers onto the pigs. If you want to be smart, grab Husbandry. Once you get onto these pigs and you can afford it, grab Husbandry. That makes these villagers gather food even faster. So that's important to do as well, but it's not vitally important. You do get 10% extra. Villagers are idle. Let's come over here. Just check our ox carts out. Okay, everything's looking good. Moving closer. We've got 17 Herso here. We're building our final house. Alright, final house. We're still going here. Imagine we're fighting. We're running around with these guys. We can split them up into two groups at this point and do some crazy shenanigans with them. If he attacks us, we're in a really good spot because this is a good amount of resources. So we're going to set that 115 population really soon. One thing you can, if you're an experienced player, is if you're attacking with these units, you can be monitoring their HP and sending them back to this healing spring here. Now you can see we're floating wood right now. That's a good thing. I'll just throw it down on a military building, right? We're not going to be using it just yet, but it's like it's like a safety net. Now I can also grab pickaxe, floating resources. We can start spending those resources that way. It's going to allow us to get even more gold income. Let's make sure that these dwarves are nice and positioned correctly. Soon we're going to be hitting full population, and Eritrea hungers. So let's make sure he doesn't come and kill our food villagers here, because that would make life a bit difficult. You can also throw up walls and things like that. We're not going to bother with that. Our gold mine's out, so we're going to move over onto this gold mine. So we're good. Now we're about to hit max supply here. We can actually stop production on one of these. Let's cancel this guy, and let's stop production here. We're going to be at full population. Actually, can't even stop production here. So now we're looking to go to the Heroic Age. This is going to be a really, really good, solid Heroic Age timing for us. And you can see how it comes in perfectly here. Look at the gold, look at the food. It's going to be roughly correct. Once these villagers drop their gold off, we should be able to advance to the next age. There it is. Boom, look at that. 11-minute mythic heroic age with 24 Herso. Now this doesn't end here. Because we can then continue along this trend of getting to the next age. We're still looking for raids with these units here. These villagers are about to run out of food. It's totally fine. They can run over to the gold mine once you run out of food here, and we can do a little trick called trading our way to the mythic age. Right? So now we're moving on to the boar over here. Let's kill this boar. Okay. Now, honestly, you could have done so much damage with this. Now, let's check this out as well, right? It's 10 minutes and 40 seconds. At this point, you can notice I'm on my second gold mine. That means they're on their second gold mine, which means they're outside of their base, which gives us an opportunity to attack with our Herso if we notice that. That's what spy is for in this situation. You can't, when you're running around with these Herso here, you want to be trying to find an opportunity to use spy. You either use spy on hunt villages, gold villages, or the enemy's army. We're not doing any of that because this is just about the macro element of this. Okay, we're being attacked. That's totally fine. We can actually just completely destroy this army. We can do this trick with a Herso. They can dodge arrow fire here. And we're just going to pick that off. Everything's going to die. And we get our market up. Everything's going to die. And we come back to gathering resources here. Completely fine. Sell everything, and then we're going to go through hell. Very important. Now, villagers are going to come over to this gold mine here. And now we're looking to kill him. We're looking for a very all-in play here with these units. Where we build a second temple as well. We start building out Fire Giant. Fire Giant are big. If you can't make it, if you find a situation where you're losing too many units, here we go, here's an attack. If you find yourself with losing too many units, totally fine, just keep building Hauser. Build Battle Boar as well if you can't, if you have to. If you use an early flame weapons and aren't going to the Mythic Age, you can build Battle Boar. This build order absolutely plays itself. Get the Hauser starting to queue, because he will be wanting to fight us soon. Now we move forward. We're looking to kill him. We are looking to kill him. We've got 100 favor in the bank. Still trying to keep these villagers gathering. Run the Hauser away that's getting attacked if you can. And we cast Flaming Weapons and life is over for him. We are sending a full population here, so we're not actually going to get any myth unit spawns, but we will kill everything. We're also sending a full favor, so I'm actually going to build some Battle Boar because we should get back up to full favor. While you go into the Mythic Age, you can also grab a town center. You can do all that kind of stuff. And from here, you just want to keep your villager production going. We don't really want to be building dwarves anymore because we need the gold. And we can start building Fire Giant. We build our Nidhogg. Boom. We kill the town center. Kill this. Kill everything. And it's GG. And it did nothing in terms of the macro. And it works out quite nicely. We're sitting here with all this stuff. And there's the production of our myth units. Put auto queue on everything. And we just click on his base. Nice and simple. That is the strategy. And you'll find you can actually do this strategy in a lot of team games because a lot of the times enemy players, they don't do anything because they go 2 town centers, 3 town centers and they just try and boom. This strategy works perfectly against that kind of situation there. Absolutely perfectly. And on a map like Marsh as well, you got Hunt for Days. And this guy should surrender relatively soon. And you can see after this Flaming Weapons attack, I've still got so much favor. I've actually got 6 Fire Giants queued up. Imagine if I was playing against someone who could actually build units effectively and these Hauser all died. That's now I've just got 6 Fire Giants coming out here. So it's really strong. And everything just kind of dies here. Can you just get this? And we can even start building farms now. Where's his stuff? Let's kill his villager. And it's done. And it's done. Anyways. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want me to continue doing these ones from low level up to high level build orders. For me, this is a really strong build order for low level players. And if you guys enjoy this one enough, we're going to see some more. I've got a low level Ra build order and a low level Uranus build order coming for you. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did. Great. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.